Hi beautiful people, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA, Elite Total Body Care, and also private label hair care company. So today my client came in and she has decided that she no longer wants to hold on to her relaxed ends and her transition period is officially over. So we are going to do a big chop. As you guys can tell, her hair is straight at this very moment, and there is no way for me to tell what part of her hair is fully natural versus the part that still has relaxer left over. So what I started out by doing is giving her a full shampoo service. So you always want to make sure, as I always say in every video, you want to saturate your hair and rinse out any excess product that you have in your hair to prepare yourself for the shampoo process. Now for my first shampoo, I am using our new Elite Clarify. This is a clarifying shampoo that is infused with activated charcoal and peppermint essential oils. It does not dry the hair out like your typical clarifying shampoo, but it cleanses the hair and the scalp, detoxes and declogs the scalp, and gets the hair prepared for your treatment shampoo. So I always start off with a clarifying shampoo, preferably Elite Clarify. Now for rinsing, I am rinsing her with warm water. During the shampoo process, I do not use cold water, I use warm water only. Now for her treatment shampoo, I am using the Hair Repair and Growth shampoo. Her hair did have a little bit of oiliness to it, which if I had really known how much oil was in her hair because her hair was dry and I didn't feel the film, I would have dry shampooed her first, but I didn't have that option. It wasn't until I was already into the shampoo process that I noticed that she did have a lot of oil in her hair. So I am shampooing her with the Hair Repair and Growth shampoo. A good defense mechanism, of course, was to clarify her first. But guys, let me tell you, oil and water doesn't mix. The moment the water touches her hair and you lock that oil on, there is no taking it off. You will be shampooing for days and weeks. So I honestly would not go past 3 shampoos. And then with the next shampoo, when her hair is dry and we go to shampoo again, I would dry shampoo her to extract a lot of that oil from the hair. The reason why you guys hear me talking about oil in the hair is because I have to silk press her. And the more oil she has in her hair at the beginning, the heavier her hair is going to be at the end. So now I'm going to create a cocktail using our Elite Moist Me Deep Conditioning Mask and our hair repair conditioner, which I had to search through all of my conditioners and shampoos to find. So if you're going to do a cocktail, you always want to pre-mix the product in your hand first. And then where people go wrong with conditioners, they want to run to the scalp area when really the hair is what needs the conditioner. And then you will work your way up to the scalp. But you don't need the conditioner on the scalp level, you guys. You need it on the hair itself. It is conditioning the follicle. So what I'm doing is detangling her slightly. If you guys can tell, her ends are tangling way more than her roots or mid-shaft. Why? Because that relaxed hair is there. It is lifeless. It's tangled and it needs to go. But I wanted to just give her some more strength. So we did a deep conditioning treatment under the hooded dryer with a processing cap. And then she was under there for 15 minutes. And now I'm rinsing her with cool water. As you can tell, her eyes are like squint closed because the water's cold. You always want to make sure you rinse your conditioners with cool water, by the way. That helps with the tangling. That helps to keep that shine in the hair and lock in that conditioner. Okay. So now we are going to put her under the dryer, let her air dry a little bit, and then we'll blow her out, which you guys never see the dryer part. But now I want you guys to see some spraying on some leave-in conditioner. And now I'm actually going through the hair and parting the hair. And you can see a huge difference now than when we first started. So when I do my big chops, I do it in sections. People just like to go chopping themselves away. And I feel like this is a science. If you're going to do this, you need to do it the right way. So I like to do a scissors over comb. And I don't do blunt lines when I'm doing big chops, because it's just going to create this heaviness on the hair. So I like to do what we call notching. And I go section by section and I just cut into the natural hair about a centimeter, if not give or take a centimeter or 2. And then that allows me to remove majority of that relaxed hair It also allows me to remove a lot of those little fray ends that are always left behind. Now, this does not complete the entire process when you're doing a big chop unless you decide you're just going to go and you don't even care where you're chopping, you're just chopping. I care because I want to preserve as much hair as possible. That is another reason why you see me doing it this way. And I also am going to give her an actual trim at the end, and any little fray hairs that are left behind, that will be taken care of when I trim her after she's dry and straight. But for the big chop part, I like to do mine this way. Some people be like, oh, you're doing too much work. Well, good thing I'm the stylist and you're not. So I feel like this method works a lot better because it takes out that blunt line, but it still gives a uniform cut. And I'm able to see what is straight versus curly, what is healthy versus unhealthy. It gives me a chance to really do a good observation and examination. I said good observation. A good examination of my client's hair. Okay. And then at the same time, I still have a guide and I can see my guide as I'm cutting rather than just chopping away at all her hair. Now, some people would have held on to those little strands of relaxed hair and wondered why their hair always looked the way it looked, because you're holding on to dead weight. That hair is not going to revive itself. It's not going to get curly like the rest of your hair. That hair is done. Once you stop relaxing and you want to go natural, you have to big chop at some point. And as you guys can tell, she has a lot more virgin hair than she did strands of relaxed hair. So that should tell you what was going on. That hair itself was breaking every chance that it got. So look at the ends and then look at the virgin hair. If you had to make a decision, I want you to comment down below. If you had to make a decision and it was time for you to determine if you wanted to big chop, would you still hold on to those relaxed strands? If you would, put yes. If you wouldn't, put no. And if you put yes or no, tell me why. And you can do that in the comment section. I know there are going to be some ignorant ones that, oh my gosh, you cut off all her hair. Yes, I did. And you have to cut off the dead weight. If you notice, that hair was just holding back all this beautiful virgin hair that she had going on here. And sometimes you have to let the dead weight go. And typically the people who talk about, oh, you cut so much, you got a whole bunch of dead weight in your life. So we're just going to leave that there. Okay. So now we'll go back to the cut. I always have to throw something in there, you guys. But look at her hair, guys. It's just bouncing back to life. Like that relaxed hair that was already it's just there. It's just blah. It was doing her no justice. And this is why I tell people, if you are going to transition, typically you don't want to transition past 6 to 8 months. I wouldn't go past a year of transitioning, because when you allow that relaxed hair to start becoming a problem, it then starts to affect that virgin hair that's coming in. And once it splits, it's going to split all the way up the shaft and take that nice virgin hair with it. So I don't recommend trying to transition for too long. Transitioning should be done like almost a year or less. Let me just say it like that. A year or less. Some people can barely make it to 6 months because their hair starts to look like this. And that relaxed hair has no life to it. There's nothing you can do that is going to give life to that hair that hasn't been touched. It's just shedding itself away. It's breaking. It's tangling. It's popping. And look at her fro. Look at her fro. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, but the job is not done, you guys. So she went under the dryer, and I know you guys are like, Crystal, why does she look like this? Well, I found a way to dry my client's natural hair when I'm not able to rope twist it. Oh my gosh, I got so tongue-tied. So typically you guys will see me rope twist my client and put them under the dryer to help elongate their hair under the dryer through that slow process rather than using the blow dryer to elongate the hair. Well, I wasn't able to do so because her hair, it kept coming out because of slight bluntness on the ends. So what I did was I used some clips and I just twisted the hair into sections, and it allowed me to elongate the hair so it would dry a lot faster on a more natural setting of dry rather than the blow dryer. Okay, so we already went through and did the silk press. I didn't film the silk press, you guys. You guys have seen me do silk press like 17 million times, right? So now I'm going through and I'm officially giving her a trim. A big chop is just a chop. There is no uniformity to the hair. This is why I said after I finish the chop, I'm going to trim her. And this is what is going to really give her that evenness. This is also going to be a part of her regular maintenance, what we talk about all the time in all of my videos. And as you can see, her ends did need to be trimmed. So this is definitely a part of the process of getting your hair in the optimal state. Okay, so don't skip out on your trims, you guys. Even though she got a big chop, that did not stop me from trimming her. It's not going to make her any shorter than she already is, because these ends are some straight and some just all over the place. So I still needed to actually even her out. So now her hair is going to grow out nice and healthy, nice and virgin. Okay, she got a great deep conditioning treatment today. And then she's basically on her way to success as long as she keeps up with her trim schedule. Now for her home care, this is just a silk press, you guys. So this is very temporary. It's just a temporary style. And if you notice, when I wet down her hair expanded like a sponge. So as soon as she goes to wash her hair, it will go back to her natural state. She'll go back to her natural fro and she'll be ready to go. Okay, so that's just that. Now, I want you guys to take a look at the shine in her hair. But I also want you to take a look at how kind of heavy her hair appears as well. Remember at the beginning of the video when I was doing her shampoo, I told you guys I felt like there was a lot of oil in the hair, but I didn't catch it until I had already started the shampoo process. Well, this is what actually happens when you have a ton of oil in your hair and you do your shampoo and don't extract a lot of that pre-existing oil or product from the hair. So in her case, I did not add any more product to her hair. The worst thing that I can do is go and add more product. I just used what she had to my advantage and then just curled her in slightly larger sections rather than me adding more oils and serums. And it's just going to make the hair even more heavy and it's going to separate the actual curl. So instead of doing that, I just used what she had. So what I'm doing is just going through and bumping her kind of like a roller set. She likes body in her hair. She likes her hair to jump around and bounce and move. So this is actually perfect for her. And then I feel like the grow out process for her is going to be absolutely bomb. This time next year, I feel like her hair will be double this length, if not longer. So she did the right thing by just saying, I'm done. I'm done. Just take it off, because it wasn't doing her any justice. I wanted to bring the camera closer so you guys could see what I was doing, by the way. Okay. So in the meantime, while I'm doing this curl, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to thumbs up this video and also comment and tell me how long it took you to do your big chop, because I know some of you watching this video have not actually done a big chop, or it took you like 2 to 3 years, and that was once the hair started to shed and break, right? But I want to see how long you guys really were waiting to do what needed to be done if you officially want it to be natural. How long did it take you? And what made you say you want to go natural? So comment all of this down below. Open some dialogue for us to chat, and then we can go from there. Now, what's going to be her care going forward? She definitely wants to make sure that she moisturizes, but I can tell that she easily gets product buildup on her hair. So I would say for her, I wouldn't even recommend Moisture ELT. I would more say recommend the hair repair and growth. And for her deep condition, I wouldn't go past 5 to 10 minutes because her hair is just going to soak it up. So she has like a combination of hair. It's kind of like low-high porosity altogether. And her hair will hold almost any form of product. So too much product for her hair is not really good. And I could tell that by just working with her hair in the salon. Keep in mind, guys, it is okay and it is very common to have 2 different porosities. It's common to have multiple textures. It's common to have more density in one area than the other. That is normal. That doesn't mean that your hair is damaged. That just means that that's what God gave you. That's just what you have. All right, so we're finished with our curls. I'm just going through and using my comb and just kind of combing through it, giving her a little bit of wild style, a little bit of oomph. And I can tell you guys that the part that you guys did not see after the fact is when she was leaving and getting ready to go. She took her hands and she did the Jenny Jones fluff and was like, And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking that she doesn't want it so big when she actually did. So when she left, she was like, yes. But I'm glad you guys got a chance to watch this video, something a little bit different. Like I said, please don't forget to comment, subscribe, and also thumbs up this video. And I will see you guys in the next one.